Do you suffer from pelvic tension? Would you love to understand its impact on your pleasure, your ability to receive, and your ability to orgasm? Maybe you're not even concerned with pelvic tension, and in fact are every day adding more and more tone to your pelvis. Well, let me tell you, you're not above the detrimental effects of low-grade pelvic tension, and let me tell you how. Hi, I'm Saida Desilets, the author of The Emergence of the Sensual Woman and advocate for women's erotic genius. And in today's delicious tip, we are going to have a look at how low-grade pelvic tension has a detrimental impact on our pleasure, receptivity, and ability to orgasm. So first off, what is low-grade pelvic tension? It's exactly what it sounds like. It's just very light tension that we hold 24/7 in our pelvis. And we do this because our pelvis is so delicate and so receptive. We also do this because we're psychosexual beings. This means our awareness, our consciousness is not separate from our body, our genitals, our pelvic floor. And what's interesting about this is that women especially are so conditioned to feel and sense through this area of their body, through our monthly cycle, through getting pregnant, giving birth, etc., that when we pick up things like it's not safe to be a woman, it's not safe to be sensual and sexual, it's not even just safe to walk in certain areas, or even just maybe you live in a perfect area and everything's safe and beautiful, but in the world you are witness to atrocities that happen to women. All of these things contribute to a low-grade pelvic tension. So that's the first piece, is to recognize that this is actually affecting you, that you actually have this. I had to recognize it. But once I did, I was able to do something to unwind it. So the first step is recognition. The second step is to understand the role of tension, tone, etc. So tension is different than tone. Tension is like, it just never gives. It's really, really tight. Tone, you can imagine, is like a trampoline, and when you bounce on it, it has this ability to be flexible. And so if you are not afraid and you have a great life and you're not surrounded by atrocity and you're just practicing Kegels over and over again, you're actually creating low-grade pelvic tension because you're always tensing. So what's very important is to learn the counteractive piece to this, the piece that's very, very key to any of us that has pelvic tension to any degree, is the ability to surrender, to soften, to melt. And this is not something we are taught, ladies. We are taught about tone and tension our whole lives, but we are not taught how to soften, how to melt open, literally. So here we are, we're very good at squeezing our vaginas, but how good are you at spreading it wide open and opening it, opening it, opening it, more, 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 softening it? This is key. It's key to unwinding the tension, and that tension that is inhibiting your ability to sense, therefore impacting your pleasure. That tension that is affecting your receptivity, so your ability to receive is impacted. And this is both psychological and obviously physical. And then orgasm. Orgasm does not happen in a moment of tension. Tension may lead to orgasm, but orgasm happens when we let go. So we need to practice letting go. We need to practice melting open. It is really key. This is why I'm an advocate for the jade egg. It's an incredible practice, but only when it's done right. There are many teachers out there right now teaching you all these different techniques that are actually just contributing more and more to your low-grade pelvic tension. It's actually not helping. This is also true for devices that doctors are given from different companies to give to their patients to create more pelvic tone, but those devices only isolate one set of muscles. You have many layers to your pelvic floor. And for women who have already so much tension and issues with tension and all that comes with having tension, adding another exercise that gives you more tension or creating more psychological tension where we think we are wrong or we are broken and we need to be fixed, that is huge, and that has a powerful impact on whether or not you're going to surrender, on whether or not you're going to melt open, to even give yourself permission. Allow yourself to relax. That's very, very key. So step one is to recognize that we all, you're not alone in this, have low-grade pelvic tension. It's through consensual reality. It's through what's going on around us. Two, most of us know about toning exercises, and we do a lot of them, and sometimes to our detriment. So we want to balance that out with suppleness exercises, the ability to melt open. And then three, there's dexterity. You don't just have one layer of pelvic floor muscles, you have many. And dexterity requires both the ability to contract and to open and soften. So having that ability is fantastic. That ability to breathe life into yourself, to breathe into what's going on, will increase your pleasure, will increase your receptivity, and definitely increase your capacity for orgasm. I would love to give you a little challenge. I would love for you to start identifying your pelvic tension. Just feel into it. And the way you can do that right now is see how much can you voluntarily relax and melt open, and then relax even more. And then relax even more. And go through various levels and layers of softening and opening. And your second challenge is notice situations, thoughts, maybe things on the news or things that people are saying, or certain activities, or even certain areas in your city or town where you can feel that you get more tense in your pelvis. And start to notice and start to consciously be able to breathe and relax. Now, pelvic tension like this can also be a message to keep you safe. So you want to pay attention to that as well. But we'll talk about that in another video. So let me know how it goes, discovering if you innately have pelvic tension, which we all do, so I'm hoping that you will be able to admit to that. And secondly, how are you going about finally surrendering, melting open, and what does that feel like for you? So if you haven't yet subscribed to my Delicious Tip videos, please do so, like it, share it with your friends, and come over to SaidaDesilets.com for more tips, articles, videos, and juicy advice to keep you living a turned on life from the inside out.